For over 14 centuries, the story of Iblis, the first and greatest rebel, has captivated scholars, mystics, and believers alike. His defiance against Allah is not just an ancient tale, it is the beginning of humanity's greatest spiritual test. But what if I told you that hidden within this story is a secret that has remained veiled for more than 1400 years? A secret about the angel assigned to end Iblis's rebellion, a being whose identity has been shrouded in divine mystery, waiting for the appointed time to act. Today, we will uncover this enigma, exploring centuries of interpretations, mystical insights, and theological debates. You will witness the intricate balance of justice, mercy, and the eternal struggle between pride and submission, and understand why this story is not only about Iblis, but about the ultimate lesson for every human soul. Before we dive deeper into this cosmic confrontation, I want to know, where are you watching from? Drop your country in the comments below. I would love to see how far this knowledge reaches. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because the revelations we're about to explore have been debated, analyzed, and pondered for over a millennium, and you won't want to miss a single detail. Every insight, every interpretation, every lesson is crafted to deepen your understanding of divine justice and the cosmic order that governs the seen and unseen worlds. Stay with us as we journey into the heart of this ancient mystery, uncovering the truth about Iblis, the angel assigned to end him, and the eternal lessons hidden in the clash between defiance and submission. By the end, you may see the spiritual struggle in a way you never have before. In the vast realm of the unseen, where angels move with precision and obedience, one name resonates across the heavens with a weight unlike any other. That name is Iblis, known to many as the first rebel, the one whose defiance against Allah set the stage for the ultimate test of humanity. For over 14 centuries, scholars, theologians, and mystics have studied his story. Yet one question has remained shrouded in mystery. Who is the angel assigned to end his rebellion? To understand the gravity of this assignment, we must first revisit the origins of Iblis. Islamic tradition teaches us that he was not created inherently evil. He was, in fact, among the most devout worshippers, elevated above the realm of the jinn, and included among the angels in knowledge and devotion. His prostrations were unmatched, his understanding of divine law profound, and his presence in the celestial council was a testament to his dedication. Some narrations even suggest that he worshipped Allah for thousands of years, earning a station of immense honor. Yet even the most honored creation can fall when pride infiltrates the heart. When Allah commanded all beings of light to bow before Adam, fashioned from clay, every angel complied without hesitation. Every angel except Iblis. His refusal was not subtle. It echoed through the heavens like the first fracture in a flawless mirror. "I am better than him," he declared, claiming that fire, from which he was created, was superior to clay, the substance of Adam. That single moment transformed the most devout worshipper into the most cursed rebel. The Quran captures this confrontation in Surah Al-A'raf, where Allah asks Iblis why he did not obey. Remarkably, Iblis does not deny his disobedience. Instead, he justifies it, rationalizing with a logic that on the surface appears coherent. This reasoning, however, exposed the corruption in his heart. Knowledge had been mistaken for wisdom, status for true worth, and self-judgment for divine authority. His expulsion was immediate. Yet even in exile, Iblis's request for respite to mislead humanity until the appointed time was granted. This decree of respite was not mercy for Iblis. It was a test for humanity. Through his rebellion, every human being would face the choice of submission or defiance. And hidden within this divine orchestration is the appointment of an angel whose sole mission is to end Iblis's rebellion. For over 14 centuries, the identity of this angel has remained a subject of deep scholarly debate, hinting at a profound truth about divine justice, mercy, and the inevitable triumph of submission over pride. After his expulsion, Iblis did not vanish quietly into the shadows of existence. Instead, he embarked on a mission that would span the entirety of human history, to mislead, tempt, and corrupt the souls of humanity. Yet what many fail to understand is that his influence, as immense as it seems, operates within the precise limits set by Allah. His power is neither absolute nor arbitrary. It is measured, restrained, and ultimately subject to divine decree. Islamic scholars emphasize that the respite granted to Iblis is not a reward, but a test for humanity. Through this period, human beings are given the opportunity to demonstrate obedience, humility, and faith, choosing submission over pride. Every temptation, every whisper of misguidance becomes a chance for individuals to assert their devotion and strengthen their spiritual resolve. The battle is as much internal as it is external, and the stakes are eternal. The angel appointed to terminate Iblis's rebellion, although rarely mentioned explicitly in mainstream discourse, occupies a unique role in this cosmic order. Unlike other angels who carry out general duties of the heavens, this angel's purpose is singular and unprecedented: to confront the greatest rebel of all creation and ensure the finality of divine justice. Islamic interpretations differ regarding the identity of this angel. Some traditions point to Azrael, the angel of death, whose role in ending lives across creation is unparalleled. Others propose Israfil, the angel who will blow the trumpet signaling the day of judgment, emphasizing a poetic justice in connecting Iblis's end to the ultimate end of time. Sufi scholars and mystical commentators offer yet another perspective, suggesting that the angel assigned is unique, created solely for this mission. Entirely defined by obedience, incorruptible, and devoid of personal pride, this angel embodies the perfection of divine will. The story of Iblis's appointed end, therefore, is not just about punishment. It is a reflection of Allah's meticulous justice. Every aspect of his rebellion, from inception to termination, has been foreseen and orchestrated. By understanding this framework, believers gain insight into the delicate balance of mercy and justice in Islam. Iblis's temporary reprieve is a mercy for humanity, a divine allowance for human choice, and an opportunity to demonstrate the strength of faith. The certainty of his ultimate defeat reassures that no rebellion, however potent, can outlast divine decree. The appointed angel waits, ready to act when the moment arrives, symbolizing the inevitability of justice, the triumph of submission, and the ultimate victory of Allah's will. The anticipation surrounding Iblis's appointed end is as profound as the act itself. Unlike other creations, his fate is not bound by natural death or the passage of time. His termination is a deliberate divine act, meticulously planned and assigned, meant to demonstrate the absolute sovereignty of Allah over all things. Scholars have debated for centuries whether this moment will occur at the end of all creation, on the Day of Judgment, or at a predetermined hour known only to Allah. What we do know is that the angel chosen for this task is not ordinary. Some early Islamic traditions, drawing from narrations and interpretive texts, suggest that Azrael, the angel of death, is the one designated. Known for his immense presence, Azrael's body stretches across the cosmos, adorned with countless eyes, each representing a soul under his care. One of these eyes closes when a soul departs, signaling the precision with which he performs his duties. Tasking such an angel with Iblis's execution underscores the magnitude of the task. It is not merely death being imposed, it is the cessation of rebellion itself. Other interpretations point to Israfil, the angel who will blow the trumpet to signal the final resurrection. This reading emphasizes poetic justice, connecting the ultimate end of Iblis with the end of all things. Israfil has stood ready for countless centuries, trumpet poised, waiting for the divine command that will transform reality itself. According to some scholars, his first act before announcing the Day of Judgment could be the execution of Iblis, linking the rebels' defeat with the commencement of cosmic renewal. Mystical and Sufi perspectives offer a different angle. They suggest a completely unique angel, created solely to confront Iblis. This angel exists without identity beyond its mission, embodying absolute submission and perfect obedience. It carries no pride, no desire for status, only the singular purpose of executing divine will. Iblis, whose downfall originated from pride and self-importance, meets his end at the hands of an entity entirely defined by submission, a profound reflection of divine justice in action. Every narration, every interpretation converges on one truth. Iblis's rebellion is temporary. His power is immense, yet ultimately contained. The appointed angel, regardless of identity, waits in readiness, prepared to act at the precise moment decreed by Allah. In this cosmic interplay of mercy and justice, humanity witnesses a timeless lesson. No arrogance, no defiance, and no accumulated knowledge can withstand the will of the Creator. The eventual execution of Iblis reaffirms that divine justice is perfect, inevitable, and absolute. The intricacies of Iblis's appointed end reveal more than just the mechanics of divine justice. They illuminate the subtle interplay between mercy, free will, and predestination. While Iblis continues to mislead humanity, his knowledge of his eventual fate imposes a unique form of punishment upon him. He knows that an angel has been appointed to end his rebellion, yet he does not know who, when, or how this execution will unfold. This uncertainty generates a perpetual tension, a psychological torment that mirrors the inescapable certainty of divine decree. Every step he takes, every scheme he hatches, unfolds under the invisible gaze of an appointed agent of justice. Throughout history, Islamic scholars have debated the exact timing of this moment. Some argue that the appointed time refers to the Day of Judgment itself, when Iblis's destruction coincides with the end of all creation. Others suggest it occurs long before, allowing humanity to witness the culmination of his failures. There are even interpretations that his execution will take place after human souls have been judged, emphasizing the moral lesson. Those who resisted his whispers will see the ultimate validation of their faith, while the deceiver himself is rendered powerless. The role of the assigned angel, whether Azrael, Israfil, or another, extends beyond the mere act of ending Iblis's life. This angel neutralizes the rebel's ability to corrupt, preventing further spiritual destruction. Scholars liken this to the difference between a criminal being apprehended and the formal sentencing that follows. The arrest is immediate. The sentence is divinely determined. This distinction underscores the precision of Allah's justice system, where even the execution of punishment follows a structured order, maintaining cosmic balance while ensuring absolute accountability. Mystics reflect on this narrative as an allegory for the struggle within every soul. Iblis represents arrogance, pride, and rebellion, while the appointed angel embodies submission, discipline, and divine alignment. The encounter between the two, whenever it occurs, serves as a cosmic lesson. The ego, no matter how powerful or cunning, cannot prevail against absolute obedience to the Creator. The angel's readiness symbolizes the inevitability of justice, while Iblis's anticipation demonstrates the futility of defiance. In contemplating this story, believers are reminded that every moment of respite granted to humanity is a chance to assert faith over temptation. Every whisper of Iblis is an opportunity to strengthen submission. And beyond this world, the appointed angel stands vigilant, awaiting the command that will conclude the oldest and most profound rebellion in creation. This knowledge should inspire mindfulness, humility, and steadfastness in the path of obedience, highlighting the eternal triumph of divine will over pride. As the appointed time approaches, the anticipation surrounding Iblis and the angel designated to end his rebellion intensifies in ways that transcend human understanding. Unlike ordinary creations, Iblis is not subject to natural processes of life and death. His existence is prolonged by divine decree, serving as a test for humanity across generations. Every human soul he misleads becomes part of this grand trial, a living testament to the consequences of choice, obedience, and the struggle between submission and defiance. Islamic tradition emphasizes that the angel assigned to terminate Iblis does so not to deliver punishment personally, but to enforce the cessation of his rebellion. The distinction is critical. The ultimate judgment of Iblis, his eternal punishment in hell, is solely the domain of Allah. The angel's role is the execution of authority, neutralizing the influence of one whose pride and arrogance threatened the moral order of creation. This highlights a broader principle in Islamic thought. Justice is executed methodically, with precise roles assigned to ensure order and balance within the cosmos. The identity of the appointed angel remains a subject of debate and reflection among scholars. Some maintain that Azrael, whose gaze encompasses every soul, is suited to this unparalleled task. Others favor Israfil, whose trumpet will signal the resurrection of all creation, thereby linking Iblis's ultimate defeat to the culmination of cosmic events. Mystical traditions, particularly within Sufi interpretations, suggest a unique angel created solely for this mission, a being defined entirely by submission and purpose, free of pride or desire, existing as a perfect instrument of divine will. Regardless of identity, the role conveys a powerful message. The means of executing justice are as deliberate and precise as the decree itself. This story also provides a profound lesson in patience, vigilance, and faith for humanity. While Iblis continues to tempt, deceive, and incite rebellion, believers are reminded that every act of obedience strengthens their spiritual resilience. The temporary reprieve of Iblis is not mercy for him, but mercy for humans, a chance to distinguish between truth and falsehood, humility and arrogance, faith and disobedience. Each choice matters. Each resistance against temptation becomes evidence of submission. Finally, the appointed angel's readiness serves as a symbol of inevitability. In a realm beyond human perception, the agent of divine justice waits, poised to act at the precise moment decreed by Allah. The certainty of Iblis's defeat reassures the faithful that no rebellion, no matter how cunning or persistent, can endure against the ultimate power and authority of the Creator. Justice is inevitable, and submission will ultimately triumph. The confrontation between Iblis and the appointed angel, when it occurs, will be the culmination of a cosmic struggle that has endured since the dawn of creation. Unlike ordinary conflicts, this encounter is not driven by chance or circumstance, but by divine orchestration. Every action of Iblis, every scheme to mislead humanity, and every moment of delay has been encompassed within the scope of Allah's knowledge. The angel tasked with his termination will act with absolute authority, representing the perfection of divine will. Islamic narrations and mystical interpretations suggest that Iblis will attempt one final act of rebellion at this appointed time. He will call upon every ounce of power and knowledge accumulated over centuries, hoping to resist what he has known was inevitable. Yet, despite his fire, pride, and intelligence, all will fail. The angel, whether Azrael, Israfil, or the unique being created for this purpose, will approach without hesitation. There is no fear, no doubt, no distraction, only the pure execution of divine command. Iblis, the one who once considered himself superior to Adam, will witness firsthand the futility of his rebellion. Theological scholars highlight the profound lesson in this moment. Iblis's downfall is not simply about punishment. It is a demonstration of the absolute distinction between created beings and the Creator. Knowledge and power, when divorced from obedience, become sources of downfall. Pride, once the seed of his rebellion, will remain the sole witness to his defeat. Meanwhile, the angel embodies the essence of submission, reminding all of creation that obedience and alignment with divine will are the true measures of greatness. This encounter also underscores the intricate balance between divine justice and mercy. The extended respite granted to Iblis has served a higher purpose, allowing humans to exercise free will, resist temptation, and prove their worthiness. The appointed angel's action, though final and absolute, reflects the culmination of this divine test. The execution of Iblis is not arbitrary. It is precise, deliberate, and harmonized with the cosmic order, ensuring that justice is met without disrupting the balance of creation. For believers, the narrative serves as both warning and reassurance. It warns of the dangers of pride, arrogance, and disobedience, illustrating the inevitability of accountability. It reassures that no matter how pervasive evil may appear, divine decree is certain, and ultimate justice will prevail. The appointed angel waits silently, the embodiment of authority and submission, ready to end the rebellion that has shaped the spiritual landscape of humanity for millennia. When the appointed moment finally arrives, the confrontation between Iblis and the angel will bring centuries of rebellion to its inevitable conclusion. This moment, long anticipated and carefully decreed by Allah, marks not only the end of Iblis's ability to mislead, but also the fulfillment of divine justice in its purest form. The angel, whether identified as Azrael, Israfil, or a uniquely created being, will act with absolute precision, executing the command without hesitation or error. There is no room for pride, delay, or deviation, only the perfect fulfillment of divine will. Iblis, whose existence has been defined by defiance and pride, will confront the limits of his power. His fire, once a symbol of his perceived superiority, will offer no protection. His knowledge, accumulated over centuries, will provide no escape. And his cunning, which has led countless humans astray, will fail against an agent of divine authority whose entire being is devoted to obedience. In this moment, the ultimate lesson of creation becomes clear. No rebellion, no matter how formidable, can surpass the will of the Creator. This final encounter also carries profound implications for humanity. The respite granted to Iblis has been a test for every soul, and his termination signifies the validation of those who chose submission over arrogance, humility over pride, and faith over doubt. Each act of obedience, every rejection of temptation, contributes to the triumph of divine justice. Humanity witnesses through Iblis the consequences of defiance and the certainty of accountability, learning that the path of obedience, however challenging, leads to eternal reward. Mystical interpretations remind us that the appointed angel's existence reflects the perfection of divine order. Created solely for the purpose of ending Iblis's rebellion, the angel embodies absolute submission and unwavering obedience. In contrast to Iblis, whose pride defined him, the angel's identity is singular: to execute divine will. This juxtaposition illustrates a timeless spiritual truth: the power of humility and submission over arrogance and defiance. As the angel acts and Iblis's rebellion comes to an end, the cosmos witnesses the restoration of balance. The certainty of divine decree, the inevitability of justice, and the triumph of submission over pride are revealed. For believers, this serves as both guidance and inspiration. Evil, no matter how persistent, is temporary. Divine justice is absolute, and the path of obedience remains the surest route to eternal success. In this ultimate confrontation, the greatest rebel meets his end, and the ultimate lesson for humanity is sealed. Submission to Allah is eternal, and no act of defiance can escape the ordained decree.